Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton in Osseo. Here's a look at today's top stories.
Now that the primary election is behind us, the attention is now focused on the general election in November. When people see their ballots, they'll notice that in a few races, some elected offices are more popular than others.
This year, it's been this strange mix. There's been a lot of boards who haven't had enough people file for their positions.
Greg Abbott works for the Minnesota School Boards Association, which provides state-mandated training to elected school board members. In Brooklyn Center, the school board will have 3 seats up for election in November, but the district only had 3 people file for those positions, and each of the candidates are incumbents. Abbott says serving on a school board is a rewarding position, but this year presents some challenges brought upon by the COVID-19 pandemic and the uncertainty surrounding how districts will implement the different learning models.
I'm sure that that's probably made some people think twice and maybe not file, but then you see districts with 12, 15, 19 people filing. So it's such a big mix of school districts out there, different numbers of students, different sizes, rural, urban. But I do think coming on board during a pandemic probably discouraged a few people from filing.
Meanwhile, Abbott said that in districts with a limited number of candidates, it's quite possible that a person could receive enough write-in votes to be elected to an open seat. If that write-in candidate chooses not to accept, the school board would have to appoint someone to fill that seat until they can hold a special election the following year. Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Excellent, very good.
For some families, face-to-face education is crucial.
And adjust it up to 30.
So when a few school districts came out with their plans of hybrid or distance learning,
We're going to put the tilt.
those families scrambled to secure their child into private schools.
We've had a flood of people reaching out to our admissions department during that time.
Debbie LARSON, the assistant head of MARANATHA Christian Academy, says there's been a boost in enrollment.
My favorite color is pink.
She says it's partly due to families wanting on-campus learning, childcare, or having the ability to work.
Oh my goodness, they are coming in so quickly.
Sandy Toma, MARANATHA's admissions director, explains in the last 3 years the school had a steady 5 to 10% increase in enrollment.
However, this year we're averaging closer to a 40% increase in enrollment.
Enrollment is so high that there are only a few spots left for all grades across the board.
Currently, we've got about 65 different students' applications that we're processing, and they're still coming. I've probably got another 20 to 25 right behind them.
The interest in private schools is also being felt at BRIGHTMONT Academy in Plymouth.
Yeah, I think we're around 15% up in overall interest, and that's reflective in our enrollment numbers also.
Jennifer Sorenson, the campus director, says parents are really just interested in knowing all their options while they wait for their school district to make a definitive decision.
We have a group of parents who understands that their school district is moving towards a hybrid or remote model for the fall, and that wasn't successful for their son or daughter in the spring, so they're looking for something different.
And if at some point public schools revert back to in-person learning, it's possible families could pull their children out of private schools.
She's calling up.
LARSON says it's not something she's concerned about.
So I think once they get here and the kids make new friends and meet our teachers, I'm pretty confident that they'll end up staying.
Oh, you got a second box.
In Brooklyn Park, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
I'm Eric Nelson for CCX News. We are at the intersection of 85th Avenue and West Broadway in Brooklyn Park. Well, recently, this was an old storage container. Now, it's a work of art, thanks to local artist GENO Oko. What do we have here, GENO?
Right here we have some of these faces are members of the community, so it shows kids of all races come together and show unity and they're having fun.
All right, let's continue our tour. Black Lives Matter. We have seen this pop up around Minnesota, the U.S., and the globe, and this started before the George Floyd tragedy, didn't it?
Yes, it did. This was inspired by the youths from Zanewood and Rec on the Go. They talked about wanting to see Black Lives Matter murals and paintings around the city. And then right after the George Floyd incident, then we decided we really need to portray this message.
And this side of the mural Tells a whole different story, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. This part is one of my favorite parts of the whole mural because it shows community engagement. If you step back and you take a look, it actually says, "We love BP," and it just shows that this is all we need, unity and love.
That's right, Gino. Brooklyn Park's slogan is unique, united, undiscovered. And we're going to discover the final part of your work. What is it?
Yes, this is the sum of my entire work to encourage the youth to never give up on their dreams. Keep pushing. One day their dreams will come true.
Well, it looks fantastic. Another signature moment in the career of Geno Oko. In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.